Okay, so we are in causal inference in statistics, chapter 1 still, and question 1.34. Okay, so this is just a basic probability question again. I'll read it for you. So suppose that we have three cards. Card 1 has two black faces, one on each side, right? So it's one side has a black side, and then the other side has a black side. Okay. Card 2 has two white faces, and then card 3 has one white face and one black face. You select a card at random, place it on table, and you find that the side that's face up is black. What is the probability that the other side, the face down side, the one that you have not seen, is also black? Okay. So now we have three parts here. So let's go through them. So the first part asks us to examine the intuitive answer here, and why. And I think that when you first hear this, the intuitive answer is 1/2. Okay, and so we want to examine that, and then say, well, why might we be wrong? Okay, if I told you that the actual answer was that it's greater than 1/2, why might that be? Okay. So I agree that the intuitive answer is probably 1/2, and we're going to come to learn that that's wrong. But it makes sense how you can reason yourself, well, maybe not, reason might be the wrong word, but jump to the conclusion that 1/2 is the right answer, right? So you see that the face up side is black, and so you reason that the card that is on the table is either the black card or the black white card, okay? And so you have two cards here, and so you think, okay, well, there's a 50% chance that it's black or 50% that it's black white, okay? And so since there's a 50% chance that it's black, well, then there's a 50% chance that the other side of the card is also black. Okay. Now this is incorrect. And so if you told me that was your answer, and I said that's wrong, why might that? Now you got to start examining your answer. Why might that be wrong? Well, the reason that it's wrong is because the black card is twice as likely to give you the evidence of a black face being up, right? So the probability, when you saw the black face, the assumption that of black and black white being equally probable was incorrect. That was an incorrect assumption that you just kind of made on a gut level. Okay, so part B is express probabilities and conditional probabilities that you find easy to estimate. For example, this, okay? In terms of I, which is just the identity of the card, 1, 2, or 3, the face down color and the face up color, okay? So I'm just going to estimate this. I mean, you're free to estimate whatever you want, but this is what I'm going to estimate. And so how am I going to do this? Okay, so I want to find that just a quick aside, when we're calculating this, we are not assuming that we have pulled a card and that we have seen a black up face. Okay, that would be a conditional probability. In fact, that's what we're going to tackle in part C. This is just, you have three cards. You know that one is black, one is black, white, one is white. Okay, and so now and I say, what is the probability? So I'm going to flip one over. What is the probability that the face downside is black? Okay. So that's the probability we'll estimate here. So we have the probability that the color of the downside, C sub D, is black. Okay. Well, for this, we just need to add up all of the ways that the face downside can be black. Okay. So we have three cards. So the first card is black. Okay. So we have the probability that the face downside is black, given that the first card is, or given that the card is the black, which is 1. Card 1 is black. Okay, multiplied by the probability that I draw card 1. Okay, now similarly for cards 2 and card 3. Okay, well, when we start assigning probabilities to these, let's go ahead. So the probability that the downside is black, given that I've drawn the black card, well, that's 100%. That's 1. And I have a 1/3 chance of drawing the black card. Okay, so that's how we get this little term here. Okay, so for the second term, what is the probability that the face downside is black given that we've drawn card 2? Well, card 2, if you go back up and check, is the white card. Okay, so if we draw the white card, there's no chance that the face down side is black, and we have a 1/3 chance of having selected card 2. Okay, and then finally for card 3, it has a black side and a white side, so the probability that it shows, or that it has a color face down, is 1/2. And again, we're one third of the time we're going to draw card 3. Okay, and so now I can just kind of start to merge all of these, add them together, and I'll come up with the answer of 1/2. Okay, again, the probability that I take a card and put it on the table, the probability that the face down side is black is 1/2. Okay, that is not the probability of seeing a black face. It's not the conditional probability that the face down is black, given that any evidence at all. Okay, so anyway, but that's what we're going to calculate now. So in one, oh, I forgot to paste the question here. Let me paste the question here for 1 point for the part C. Okay, so now we're going to use Bayes' theorem to calculate the probability that the card that that the face downside is black, given that we've seen that the face upside is black. Okay, and so that's what this probability is right here. Yeah, the probability that the face down is black, given that the face up is black. Well, this is the same probability that we have drawn card 1, which is the black card, given that we see that the face upside is black. Okay, and so for our conditional probability, we can use Bayes' theorem here. Okay, so we have so when we apply Bayes' theorem, which we covered in the previous question, I think. So we want to first take the likelihood of the face upside being black, given that we've drawn card 1, the black card, multiplied by the probability that we've drawn the black card. Okay, and then divide all of that by the evidence, which is that the face upside is black. Okay, so we can kind of march through this. So first, for this bottom term, this is what we calculated in part B. So we already know that that's 1/2. Okay, so 1/2 goes down here in the denominator. Now, the probability that the face upside is black, given that we've drawn the black card, well, that's 100%, that's 1. And the probability that the prior probability that we've drawn the first card is 1/3, because we have 3 cards. Okay, so we can just kind of manipulate this, and we find that the answer is 2/3. Okay, that's it.